As I sat behind the wheel, the darkness enveloped the desolate road ahead. The only source of light was the feeble glow of my headlights, struggling to pierce through the thick fog that had settled in for the night. I gripped the steering wheel tightly, my knuckles turning white, and tried to shake off the growing unease that had settled deep within me. It was a moonless night, and the forest lining both sides of the road cast eerie shadows that seemed to dance with malevolence. The wind whispered through the trees, creating an unsettling symphony of rustling leaves. But it was the silence that bothered me the most, an unsettling absence of any signs of life, as if the world had ceased to exist beyond this desolate stretch of road. I had taken this route countless times before, a shortcut that saved me precious time. But tonight was different. Tonight, something wasn't right. As I accelerated, my eyes strained to catch any glimpse of what lay beyond the beams of my headlights. Yet the more I stared, the more the darkness seemed to crawl closer, pressing against the windows, encasing me in its suffocating embrace. My heartbeat quickened, echoing in my ears like a war drum. Beads of sweat formed on my brow, even though the air inside the car was chillingly cold. Every nerve in my body screamed at me to turn back, to abandon this treacherous journey and seek refuge in the safety of the familiar. But curiosity, or perhaps foolishness, got the better of me. I pressed on, my foot heavy on the accelerator, as if I could outrun the encroaching terror. Shadows flickered and danced on the edge of my vision, shapes that defied reason and twisted my mind into a macabre dance of uncertainty. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the darkness, standing in the middle of the road. My heart lurched in my chest, and I slammed on the brakes, bringing the car screeching to a halt. The figure remained motionless, its form shrouded in a tattered cloak that billowed in the wind. Dread consumed me, and my mind raced, desperately searching for a rational explanation. Summoning all my courage, I rolled down the window and called out, my voice trembling. "Are you all right?" I asked, my words carried away by the haunting wind. No response. The figure stood motionless, its presence a chilling reminder of the sinister night that held me captive. Unease turned into terror as I realized I was not alone. Shapes emerged from the shadows surrounding the car. Their eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, their forms distorted and grotesque. Panic surged through my veins as I fought against the realization that I had stumbled upon something far more sinister than I could have ever imagined. With a primal instinct, I slammed my foot on the accelerator, desperate to escape the clutches of this nightmare. The engine roared to life, and the tires screeched as they fought against the icy road. But the figures pursued, their presence looming closer with each passing moment. As the car hurtled through the darkness, I caught a fleeting glimpse of the figures in my rearview mirror. Their twisted faces contorted with rage and hunger, their ethereal bodies gliding effortlessly through the air. My heart pounded in my chest, my breaths ragged and desperate. I prayed for a miracle, for some glimmer of hope that would free me from this waking nightmare. But the world around me remained cloaked in darkness, suffocating any shred of hope. In that moment, I knew I was trapped in a never-ending cycle of terror, forever destined to drive through the night, pursued by the abominations that lurked in the shadows. And as their haunting cries echoed through the silent night, I realized the true horror of my fate. The road had claimed another victim, forever doomed to roam in the realm of nightmares.